Now it should work. Why is it not picking up my mic? Can you hear me now? Desktop, device, mic, audio input, device. Oh, there we go. Okay, can you guys hear me? Do I sound okay? Oh, it's working, yeah? Alright, cool. Okay, cool. Alright, just trying to work things out. Also, guys, could you please let me know if there's any lag or anything? Like, is my face cam laggy? Is the screen laggy? Let me know. Alright, I'm gonna put my chat right there. Alright, no lag or anything? Okay, cool. Alright, perfect. Alright, cool. So, what I want to do is some rating your teams. I'm gonna start a stream on TikTok as well, so I can get some more viewers. And I want to do some rating your teams. But yeah, I want to do some rating teams. Alright, cool. That should be okay. Where can we send our teams? Send me your team on Twitter, bro. In fact, let me put my I'm gonna pin a chat, and I'm gonna pin it in the chat. I'm gonna pin my Twitter in the chat, and then you guys can send me your teams. Alright. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna pin it in the chat. My Twitter is FPL_Ryan. FPL_Ryan10. That's my my Twitter account. That's my Twitter account. But yeah, I'm gonna pin it in the chat for you guys. Let me. But yeah, you can just drop me a message on Twitter, FPL_Ryan, and then that should be good. And then I'll pin it on the chat. But yeah, I want to do some rating your teams. I want to see what the percentages are and the ratios are of people that have Haaland and don't have Haaland. I'm very interested to see where people are at, because we've only got one more week left, 6 days to be exact. So yeah, right, let me put this in the chat. Send teams on to my Twitter. Teams to my Twitter. At FPL _ Ryan 10. Alright, cool. You can't send my team because I'm not verified. I didn't know I have that setting on. Let me turn that off. I don't even think I'm verified on Twitter. I'm going to turn that setting off quickly. Let me put this in the chat. Send teams to my Twitter. Alright, cool. I'm going to change that setting. Give me a second. Let me pin. Alright. Cool. So that's done. Let me change my account settings. How do I change that? Let's see. Settings and privacy. Let's see. Direct messages. Oh, everyone. All right, there you go. The setting has changed, guys. You should be able to send me your team on Twitter now. That should be good. I think that's all right. Yeah. Okay. I changed the setting. Let me know if you can send me your team, bro. Does it work? Right. Cool. So we got that there. You guys want to be able to see the chat on screen? Alright, cool. I'm gonna go live on TikTok as well. Yeah, let me know if you can you can see it, yeah? Okay, cool. That's alright, nice. I'm gonna go on Twitter now. And I'm gonna check your message out. And then yeah, man, we can get into some rating teams. I'm gonna go quickly just set up my stream on TikTok. We'll go live on there now real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing deadline streams every week. So yeah, I sort of just need to, because I haven't streamed in so long, so I just need to make sure everything's set up and ready to go. So this is almost like a tester stream in preparation for next week. Cool. Let me know if you've sent me your team on Twitter, bro. And then yeah, we can have a look at that. Guys, head over to the stream on YouTube. FPL Ryan. I'm gonna be rating teams. I'm going to be rating teams. One more week until the FPL deadline. I want to see where everyone's at with their teams. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna put that there. Alright, cool. Hold on. How do I write in? Can I not put anything in the chat? I don't even know how to work my own live stream. How do I pin a chat on TikTok Live? I don't even know how to pin a chat on TikTok Live. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so guys, head over to the YouTube stream, and if you want me to rate your team, send me a message on Twitter, FPL _ Ryan 10. I'm trying to pin that as a comment, but I have no idea. Hold on. How do I pin? Oh, there we go. Comment. Alright, cool. I'm so stupid. Alright, FPL _ Ryan on Twitter. Wait, hold on. Rating teams on my YouTube. Rating teams on my YouTube. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be rating teams on YouTube. I'm literally streaming right now as we speak. I'm streaming on YouTube. And we're gonna go through your teams. We're gonna rate them and just see where everyone's at, to be honest. So yeah, and if you want me to rate your team, then send me a message on Twitter. Alright, and my Twitter is My Twitter is pinned in the YouTube comments on my live stream. All right, cool. I set my team on Twitter. All right, cool. I'm gonna go through it now, bro. Oh yeah, I see it. All right, we have our first team. Wait, you don't know view. All right, yeah, cool. So we have our first team. Let me bring it over right now, so you guys can see it on the screen. First team of the day. The main man. All right, he's got Haaland. And Kunku on the bench. Oscar Bob. I like the Oscar Bob pick. All you need him to do is just play in game week 2. As long as he plays in game week 2, it's a dub. Eze, yeah, Anderson, Trent, Saliba, Flecken, Saka. That's a strong draft. There obviously is no Salah, but I'm not against it. At the moment, you guys will see soon. You guys will see very, 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 very soon. It's on the YouTube. But I've gone against my word. I said I was going to go without Haaland, but I was playing around. I was seeing what I can do with Haaland and without Salah. And I'm not going to lie, I've built something that I kind of like, which has Haaland but no Salah. So, yeah, at the moment, I'll let you guys know. I'm on Haaland currently. But, yeah, I like the Jota pick. I think because Jota's been playing in pre-season, he's most likely going to start the first few games. So I think Jota's a good short-term pick to cover the Liverpool attack. Chris Wood is good. Isak's good. Bro, I'm not going to lie. This is a very, very strong draft. And one of my favourite things about this draft that I like is that you've gone for Arsenal players. A lot of people seem to be avoiding Arsenal. A lot of people seem to be avoiding, the likes of Raya, Saliba, Saka. But I think they're good picks. So, yeah, man, I think this is a very, very strong team, to be honest. Very, very strong team. And then Nkunku can come in from game week 2 or game week 3. You've got Chris Wood in there. So yeah, man, I actually like that team a lot. I was gonna say one question: who are you gonna captain in game week 1? Are you definitely on Isak for game week 1? Let me know in the chat. He says I might change Jota to Gordon after a couple of game weeks. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. To be fair, that makes sense. Guys, if you wanna see my team, I'll be showing my team on my YouTube live stream as well. After I rate your teams for a bit. I'm streaming right now on YouTube, FPL Ryan. Make sure you guys go sub to the channel. But yeah, if you want me to rate your team, then yeah, go over to my YouTube and you'll see my Twitter. It's pinned. Send me a message on Twitter and I'm going through the pictures that you send me. Probably Isak. Yeah, I would definitely captain Isak. Fair enough. But yeah, Jota to Gordon is definitely a good move. I've actually got Gordon right now. Spoiler alert. I've got Gordon at the moment. I know you guys want to see my team, but just head over to the YouTube and I'm gonna go through my team shortly. But first, I want to rate everyone's team. So if you want to rate my team, guys, if you want me to rate your team, head over to the YouTube. Check out my pinned on the comments. And yeah, just send me a message on Twitter. You guys should be able to see it in the Twitter chat. In the YouTube chat. Let me pin that. What's this? Does Jota start though? Does Jota start? I think he does for the first few games. That's why for me, as you guys can see, I've got Jota there, but it's a short-term pick. It's a very, very short-term pick. I'm most likely, unless he's in really, really good form and it looks like he's going to continue starting, I'm most likely going to take him out in game week 3. So for me, the Jota move is a short-term pick. I saw half your team. I saw Ahmad, Jota and Cho. Yep. Hold on, let me go. I think I've got some more requests on Twitter, so I'm going to quickly check. Oh, crap. He's not going to start, let's be honest. I think he starts game week 1 and 2, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I think game week 1 and 2, Jota starts. Because Nunes hasn't played any preseason games. Gakpo's not played. So Jota, Salah are like the only like senior players that have, out of the front three, that have played in preseason. Can I move my head? Yep, I'll be moving my head in a second. Right, we've got another team. Guys. We've got another team. I'm gonna put it on screen, for the YouTube viewers right now. I'm gonna put it on stream. Shall I bring in Hudson-Odoi? I think Hudson-Odoi is a good pick, yeah. Opinions on Smith Rowe. Again, I like him as a pick. Obviously, I kind of want to see where he plays, if he's gonna play on the left or in the 10. But obviously, because Andreas Pereira is there, he's most likely gonna play on the left, I guess. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna start with Smith Rowe though. I think at 5.5, you could probably get a bit better options. All right, cool. So this is the next team that we have on Twitter, guys. Raya in goal, Trent, Gavardia, Porro. So spent a lot in defense. Fair enough. I like it though. I like it. All three defenders have that attacking threat. Raya's good for clean sheets as well. Yeah, I like that. Eze, Saka, Salah, Bailey. I like Bailey as well. Bailey, I'm planning to bring Leon Bailey. I'm planning to bring him in game week 3. Yeah, game week 3. I think that's most likely when I'm going to bring on Leon Bailey for my team, because I like the fixtures that Villa have. But the first two, I'm a bit unsure. West Ham away, Arsenal at home. It's not the best of fixtures to start with. But yeah, he definitely can return against West Ham though. Saka pick I like as well. Eze is good. Havertz, Isaac, Muniz, Oscar Bob. Again, the Oscar Bob pick I like, because game week 2, he'll probably be a big differential. He'll most likely be a big differential. So I like the Oscar Bob pick. I'm personally going for Amad Diallo, because you guys will see my team in a second, but Amad Diallo suits my team a bit better. But overall, that's a strong team. Of course, there's no Haaland in there, which is always going to be risky. But overall, you've built a well-balanced team, so I like it. I definitely like that team, man. It's a good team. Good squad depth, but I don't know about no Haaland for game week 2. Yeah, exactly. And that's like, it's tough because it depends what the rest of your team looks like. And if Salah can at least just sort of match Haaland, like if Haaland scores a hat-trick in game week 2, if Salah could just score like or if Salah could just get like 1 goal, 1 assist, then that would be all right. But yeah, it's obviously risky going without Haaland for game week 2. Yeah, definitely risky. Would you pick Jota or Gordon? Just feel like if he starts, and Jota could be a good pick under slot. Yeah, well at the moment, I'll give you a sneak peek. All right, you guys will see. I've got Gordon right there. I've got Gordon there, and I got Jota there. At the moment, I'm gonna show my YouTube. My team as well. So at the moment, I'm on Jota and Gordon, but the Jota pick is a short-term pick for the first 2 games. I do plan to take him out for Leon Bailey in game week 3. So yeah, I think he's a good short-term pick. If he eventually does look like he's gonna start, or if he's in good form and it looks like he's gonna continue playing, then I might keep him. But at the moment, my plan is to take him out in game week 3, and the same goes for Gordon as well. I really want Nkunku and Leon Bailey from game week 3. By the way, I've got Muniz on my bench, by the way. I hope you guys know that. I've got Muniz on my bench. Muniz will come in game week 2. So Amad Diallo starts game week 1, and then Muniz comes in game week 2. Opinions on Ian Maatsen for Villa. I think he could be a good pick, because he's very good going forward. He's got the attacking potential. So I think he could be a good pick. And like I said, Aston Villa from game week 3 onwards, they've got really good good fixtures. So I think he could be a good shout. I do think that a squad with good squad depth can outscore Haaland. Yeah, for sure. If you don't have Haaland, to be fair though, you could actually go for big hitters in the starting 11. Like, I built a no Haaland draft and it had like Salah, Son, Saka, Gordon, Trent, Saliba, Gavardia. Like, it had everyone, and that's what you can do with Haaland. But I actually prefer going for Haaland but no Salah, because I prefer Haaland over Salah as a pick. I know Liverpool have good fixtures, but I just prefer Haaland over Salah. So at the moment, I'm on Haaland and no Salah. At the moment. Right, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna check my Twitter now, and we'll get another team up. Guys, if you want me to rate your teams, or give you any opinions, then make sure to just come to the YouTube and drop me a message on Twitter, because I'm gonna be rating teams on my YouTube literally right now as we speak. Yeah, I'm streaming live on YouTube, so yeah, drop me a message if you want me to rate your teams. Right, next one. I'm gonna get this one up now. Let's see. Ooh, all right, chat. We have our first Haaland and Salah draft of the stream. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Haaland and Salah. So you got Arsenal defender, that's fair. You've got Konsa, Burn, Anderson, so pretty relatively cheap at the back. Haaland, Salah, and Kunku. Wait, oh wow, Haaland, Palmer, and Salah. Wow. Okay, I've not seen that before. And Saliba. That's interesting. I personally wouldn't go for Haaland, Salah, and Palmer because I feel like the rest of your team becomes very, very weak. Like João Pedro there, I personally don't like that pick because number one, Brighton don't have the best of fixtures, and well, that's the main reason. Like at 5.5 with good fixtures, yeah, he's a good pick, but without the good fixtures, I don't like him as a pick. And in this team, in this setup that you have, you literally have to play him every week. So I personally don't like that. I definitely would downgrade probably Palmer or Salah, one of those two, probably Palmer, and just spread the funds out elsewhere because, yeah, I think that team, obviously it looks strong because you've got Haaland, Salah and Palmer, but the rest of your team is sort of being affected. And then your bench is pretty weak as well. You'd have to play Konsa, Burn every week. I personally don't like that. Newcastle away from home weren't the best, and I'll quickly show you guys Newcastle's fixtures. The reason why I'm not a fan of the Newcastle defense, especially if you have to play them every week. The reason why I'm not a fan is because they've got a lot of away fixtures. And last season, Newcastle defense away from home was very, very poor, which is why I'm not the biggest fan. Of the Newcastle defense. I don't know what happened to. Whoa. My team's just disappeared. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna. What the hell? I'm gonna check out Newcastle's fixtures real quick, but they have a lot of away fixtures. Chris Wood or Muniz is tough, man. At the moment, I'm on Muniz, but I keep switching back between the two. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like both. It's hard. Longer term, I think Muniz is probably the safer bet because he's got the I feel like he's more guaranteed to play more minutes than Chris Wood. Because Awaniyi's coming back from injury, I feel like, there's potential there for Chris Wood to possibly get dropped. I don't know. But it's very tough between the two, man. It's very tough. It's very close. Even the underlying data between both players is very tight. But at the moment, I'm currently like 55 to 45 in favour of Muniz. But yeah, these are the fixtures for Livramento. Southampton, for Newcastle, sorry. Southampton at home, which is a good fixture. But then Bournemouth away, Spurs at home. I can see Newcastle conceding in these three games. In game weeks 3, 4 and 5, and obviously 6 as well, I can see Newcastle conceding a lot of away games there. So that's why I'm not too convinced with the Newcastle defence. But if I go back to the team, yeah, the main thing I will say is to just oh, wrong team. Hold on, let me get the right team back up. Oh, it's gone. Hold on. Let me get it back up. The main thing I will say is to probably downgrade Palmer. I'd probably downgrade Palmer and spread the funds elsewhere. Because there's some good, there's some good plays that you can get. Your Gordons, your Leon Baileys, your cheap players like Hudson-Odoi, Amad Diallo, Oscar Bob for the short term. Possibly Diego Jota as well. Show full team, please. I'm going to go through my team on my YouTube, guys. I'm literally streaming right now. FPL Ryan on YouTube. I'm going to go through it in a second. But I want to continue rating a few more teams. And then we'll talk about my team and what I'm planning to do at the moment. But yeah, I said I'm going to rate a couple more teams. My Twitter is it not pinned in the YouTube chat? Hold on. I'm going to pin it in the YouTube chat. Give me a second. Actually, yeah, it is. No, it is pinned. It's pinned. FPL_Ryan10. That's my. Yeah, that's my Twitter. Alright, cool. Let's. I'm going to get this team up quickly. Yeah, so this was the team real quick. One thing I will do is downgrade Palmer to like a Gordon. Then that allows you to upgrade João Pedro, so you can go to like a Havertz maybe. But yeah, I would definitely downgrade Palmer and sort of spread the funds. elsewhere. But yeah, man, I'm gonna move on to the next team now. How do I send my team? Head over to the YouTube, and then check the pinned comment. It's my Twitter account. Send me a message on Twitter, and then I'll open the message there, and get through the teams. All right, cool. Let's go next team. I'm gonna get a next team up, guys. All right. Right. Let's get this team up. Ooh, I like this. Hey, whoa. This is similar to a team that I've built. Wow. This is not my current team, but this is very, very similar. Right, that's mad. Okay, cool. So we got Haaland. Right, so currently I think this is... Wait, whose team is this? We have... Yeah, Omar's team. So we have Omar's team. Yeah, we got Omar's team, chat. And I'm not going to lie. This is a nice draft, man. This is very, very similar to something that I've bought. That I've made. So the defense is pretty strong. Trent, Gavardia, I like. Henderson's probably going to be a starting 4.5, so that's good. Pedro Porro, I like for the attacking threat. He's the only Spurs defender, by the way, that I go for. I wouldn't advise going for any other Spurs defense because based off last season, their defense wasn't good at all. So I like Porro because, you know, he's got the attacking threat. The midfield, I like a lot. Nkunku, nice pick, man. Leon Bailey, good pick as well. Salah, Hudson-Odoi, I actually like that midfield a lot. And then the front three, I like a lot as well. Haaland, Isak, and Meniz. And it's a very, very good Haaland and Salah draft. I'm not going to lie. It actually is a really, really good Haaland and Salah draft. Wow, you've actually, fair play, bro. Like, you've actually done really, really good there. And you know what you could do? Is you could actually downgrade Porro to a 4.5 and then upgrade Henderson to Raya. That's personally what I would do because I'm a big fan of the Arsenal defence. I think Arsenal defensively are really, really good. But overall, that's a really strong team. And I know the bench is weak, but I feel like you wouldn't actually need to really rely on the bench too much because the starting 11 is so strong. You'd want to be playing these players in most of the fixtures they have. Maybe in game week 4 when Hudson-Odoi, I think in game week 4 Hudson-Odoi's got I think in game week 4 Hudson-Odoi has got Liverpool, so maybe that's that's a game where you'd want to bench him. But other than that, man, I think in game week 4 he's got Liverpool away. Maybe that's a game where you'd want to turn to your bench and sort of start someone else. But overall, I think that's a solid team. I'd probably give that like a 9, 8 out of 10, bro. I think that's a very, very very strong team for a Haaland and Salah draft. Yeah, man, that's really, really strong. Really, really strong. Can you rate my team? Yeah, so I'm going to be rating teams. Just go to the YouTube and send me a message on Twitter. But we're going to go through the next one, though. But shout out to Omar, who sent me his team. I like that team a lot. Really, really strong. I like it, man. Really, really solid. That's actually a really good team. I'm not going to lie. Really, really good team. Yeah, you should be able to cook with that team. I'm not going to lie. You should be able to cook with that team. Right, we're going to get the next team up now. We're going to... what's my Twitter? FPL_Ryan. FPL_Ryan 10. That's my Twitter. Alright, so we've got a lot of teams to go through. A lot of teams. Alright, so we've got Mohamed's team next. Alright, we got Mohamed. Ooh, this is different. This is very, very different. Alright, cool. Alright. Okay, hold on. Alright, yeah, cool. That should work. Cool, yeah. Alright, cool. This one's different. This one is different. He's got Onana, Trent, Gabriel, Van der Ven, Ian Maatsen, Salah, De Bruyne, Elanga, Palmer, Havertz, Watkins, and then a pretty weak bench. So he's got Palmer, De Bruyne, Salah. So 3 premiums in there. Gabriel, Trent, that's nice. It's a different draft, but I like it. I actually do like it. Palmer and Salah then is nice. Watkins is nice. He's got Havertz in there to cover the Arsenal attack. Havertz is a little bit risky though. I like Havertz as a pick if he's going to be starting in the striker position. That's what I'll say. I think if Havertz is starting in the striker position, then he's a good pick. But I don't know if we can guarantee if he's going to be starting in that striker spot, which is why I'm a bit like, yeah, I'm not sure. So that's why I've not gone for Havertz myself. If I knew he was going to be starting striker ahead of Jesus, then I would consider him a lot more. But I wouldn't want him if he's going to be in midfield. De Bruyne's a nice pick. I do worry though if he'll get limited minutes, but you know, if he's starting week in, week out, getting 90 minutes, then of course De Bruyne's a good pick. But when Foden is back, I do prefer Foden as a pick, 100%. Elanga I like, but I do prefer Hudson-Odoi. I'm not going to lie, but still nonetheless, Elanga's a solid pick for sure. And then I don't like Van de Ven. At 4.5, I think you can get better options than Van de Ven. I'd probably go for like Mykolenko. Everton defensively are a lot better than Spurs. Don't get me wrong, Van de Ven is a good player, but the way Spurs play and the way they set up as a team, it's just not good for clean sheets. They do concede a lot of chances and they do concede a lot of goals. So for 4.5, I go for someone else instead of Van de Ven. Probably an Everton defender, or maybe a Nottingham Forest defender. But yeah, I would switch Van de Ven. But other than that, it's a solid team, bro. I like Trent, of course, got the attacking threat. And then maybe Onana as well. Onana at 5 million, I'm not sure if I like that. Based off last season, look, I support Man United, but I got to put my Man United bias to the side. Defensively, we were one of the worst teams in the league last season, so it's a little bit risky going for Onana. I'd probably recommend at 5 million, probably Pickford again. Maybe Pickford or a Nottingham Forest 4.5 goalkeeper, or Pickford in goal and then a 4.5 Nottingham Forest defender. But yeah, I would definitely get rid of Onana and Van de Ven. But yeah, we'll move on to the next one though. How can I send you mine, bro? If you want me to send if you want to send me your team, head over to my YouTube, where I'll be rating it, and then just drop me a message on Twitter, FPL _Ryan10 on Twitter. But yeah, I'm rating teams on YouTube. I'm live streaming right now on YouTube. So yeah, does Odegaard cover Arsenal attack? Yes, he does, but just obviously I don't think he's as good as a pick as Saka. But he's still a good pick nonetheless. He's still a good pick for sure. But I do prefer Bukayo Saka. But if you've got, the money there for Odegaard at 8.5, and you've not got Saka and you want to cover the Arsenal attack, then yeah, I think Odegaard's a good pick. Alright, cool. On to the next. Alright, we're starting to get a lot more requests, so I will be eventually getting to your teams, guys, but just bear with me. Just bear with me. Ooh, okay. Cool. So we have another one. Alright, cool. Cool. So this one's I like this draft. I do like this draft. I'm guessing you've put Solanke in because obviously you know that he's signed with Spurs now. So Solanke at Spurs, by the way, I do think it's a good option. What's my Twitter again? My Twitter is FPL _Ryan10. It's pinned in the YouTube live stream that I'm doing right now. Am I an Arsenal fan? No. I'm not an Arsenal fan, bro. I support Man United. Alright, cool. So yeah, I think Solanke at Spurs is a good option. I do like Solanke. I think he's a good player. Spurs typically, they create a lot of chances for their number 9. So I think Solanke's a good pick. More of a short-term pick though. I don't like him as a long-term pick because the fixtures do get tricky for Arsenal. For Spurs, sorry. Because they play Arsenal, they play... who else do they have? They play Arsenal and they play one more difficult team. I can't even remember who it is now. I'm going to check the Spurs fixtures quickly. Newcastle away, that was it. They play Newcastle away, Arsenal at home. So that's pretty tough there. But the first two for Spurs are really, really good. So I do like the Solanke pick. But yeah, so Palmer in there. I actually seen quite a lot of Palmers so far, which is surprising because I thought no one was really going for Palmer. But you've got Palmer in there. Nkunku I like. Fernandez I like as well. Pretty solid pick. Mohamed Salah, of course, is nice. So you've got Salah, Bruno, Palmer. That's nice. Smith Rowe at 5.5. I personally prefer Hudson-Odoi, but obviously Smith Rowe can end up being a good pick, but at the moment I do prefer Hudson-Odoi, so I'd probably go with him instead. And then again the back three of Trent, Gvardiol and Pedro Porro. So yeah, that's solid. Again, I think that back three is solid. They've all got the attacking potential, Gvardiol, Porro, Trent. So overall, all in all, it's a solid team. I'm trying to think what I would change. Maybe what an option that you do have is downgrading Fernandez to Gordon and upgrading Smith Rowe to like a Leon Bailey. That's something that you can consider. Or upgrading Nkunku to Jota, downgrading Bruno to Anthony Gordon. There's a few things that you could do, but all in all, it's still a very, very solid team. So, fairs, man. Yeah, solid. Very, very solid. All right, we're going to go through. I'm going to read the chat for a sec. So, Trent and a 4.5 or Gavardia and Porro? Oh, that's tough. That is tough. For the long term, I prefer Trent and a 4.5. I'm not going to lie. Someone like Trent and Mikalenko, for the long term, in my opinion, is better than Gavardia and Porro. Because in game weeks 3 and 4, I don't see Porro getting any returns. I don't really see him getting the attacking returns, and I don't see him getting a clean sheet. So, for me, the long term, Trent and a 4.5 is definitely the way to go. All right, I'm gonna get some more for you guys. I'm gonna get another team up now. If you want me to rate your team, make sure you guys head over to the YouTube chat. Subscribe as well, by the way. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. I'm gonna be dropping a video on Monday, a points predictor series video. And then on Tuesday, my official Game Week 1 team selection. And then on Friday, I'll be doing a deadline stream. So, yeah. I'm going to get another team up. Havertz, Gavardia, and a 4.5. Or Wood, Trent, and Porro. I'm stuck. Wood, Trent, and Porro. Havertz, Gavardia, and a 4.5. Is that a 4.5 defender? Because if it is, I think I'd go Wood, Trent, and Porro. I actually think I'd go Wood, Trent, and Porro. But you see, long term, I'm not a big fan of Porro. I'm not going to lie. I personally am not a big fan of Porro long term. Because the first 6 games, for example, for Spurs, I don't see them getting many clean sheets. That's the only thing. I'm not going to lie. I prefer Arsenal defence over Porro. I'm not going to lie. I really do. But anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to get in the next team because there's a lot of requests to go through. So, yeah, I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. So, all right, next one. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube as well, man. Would really, really appreciate it. Got some videos dropping next week. But the next team we have... Okay. So, Unai, he could be starting now that Solanke's gone. But nonetheless, I don't like that pick because I just wouldn't want to go for a Bournemouth attacker. A Bournemouth attacker that's not Solanke, I don't like it. And obviously, Solanke's left. So obviously someone's going to take his place, but I doubt they're going to be as good as Solanke. So I'm not really a fan of the Solanke pick. But I like Isak, I like Haaland. So it's a Haaland, Salah, and Saka draft. Wow, fair enough. You've got Ahmad on the bench. Game week 1, I would definitely start Ahmad Diallo, and I do like Ahmad Diallo as a pick, man. But for me, it's more of a short-term bench cover sort of pick. I only really plan to play Ahmad in game week 1 against Fulham and then probably in game week 4 against Southampton. But yeah, Hudson-Odoi, Smith-Rowe, Salah, Saka. So that midfield I like. Again, I do like that midfield. Smith-Rowe could turn out to be a good pick. I like Hudson-Odoi. Mikalenko I like as well. Gavardia, Anderson I like. Raya and Go I love as well. The defense is you know what? It is quite balanced. I want to check something because I'm actually not sure how much Unai is. He's 5.5. Yeah, I would definitely downgrade. I'd definitely downgrade Unai for sure. I'd definitely downgrade Unai to maybe a 4.5 and upgrade someone else. Yeah, I think I downgrade Unai to a 4.5 and then upgrade Smith-Rowe to a 6.5. Someone like Nkunku, someone like Leon Bailey. I just don't I can't really see Unai being a good pick, to be honest with you. I can't really see him being a great pick. But yeah, they're the main things that I would change. But you've obviously invested a lot of money into Haaland, Salah, and Saka. And it could end up turning out good, but I feel like the overall team is slightly weak. But I would start Amad Diallo, downgrade Unai to a 4.5, and then use that remaining 1 million to upgrade Smith-Rowe. That's probably what I would do. But all in all, it's a good team. And if you wanted to upgrade the rest of your team, and you didn't want to take out Unai, if you wanted to take out Unai and invest even more money into the midfield or the attack, I would probably downgrade Saka or Salah. Yeah, Saka or Salah, I downgraded one of those two to spread the funds out. But overall, I think it's a solid team for sure. Yeah, it's a pretty solid team. Here from TikTok, I sent you my team, bro. All right, I appreciate you guys coming in from TikTok, man. Appreciate you guys coming in. We're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna move on to the next one, guys. So you can see I got a lot of requests coming in. Cool. So let's just view this now. Let's view this, and then in about once I get through a few more, I'll go through my team as well. Will Jota start? Yeah, I can see Jota starting, man. I think for me, the reason why I've gone for Jota is because it's a short-term pick. It's a short-term pick. I think he starts the first 2 games for sure. And then, obviously, if he's scoring goals, if he's playing well, then you'd assume that he will continue to hold his place. So, if he does do that, then yeah, I'll probably keep him in my team to cover that Liverpool attack. I've followed and subbed. Appreciate it, bro. I will get your team. On screen shortly. But yeah, cool. We have the next one sent in from John. He's got Trent, Gvardiol, Mykolenko, Porro. So 4 at the back for game week 1, and in fact, it's a 4 at the back. Yeah, it's actually just a 4 at the back standard. I'm not sure I like the 4 at the back. I'm not gonna lie, but he's got Haaland, Isak, Solanke, Salah, and Kunku, Hudson-Odoi. So the front 6 is good. The midfield and the attack is good. I like it. But I don't like the fact that you've been playing a back 4 pretty much every week. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So I would definitely downgrade Porro to a 4.5 and then maybe upgrade Yarmouk, the Brentford midfielder that you got on the bench. Upgrade him. I probably butchered that name, by the way. But upgrade him to a 5.5 midfielder. That's what I would do. I think a 4 at the back every week is not great. And I would also take out Sanchez as well, because I think the Chelsea goalkeeper situation is just very, very annoying. We just don't know who's going to start. So I would avoid Sanchez and I would downgrade Porro to a 4.5 and upgrade that midfielder that you've got on the bench to a 5.5. That's probably what I would do. Or downgrade Solanke to a 6 million forward like Menez or Chris Wood, and then use that money to upgrade the midfielder you got on the bench as well. But the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Solanke as well, one thing I want to say, is because I think there's really, really good value in the 6 million forwards. Chris Wood and Rodrigo Menez. I think that there's good value there. So that's why I've not really gone for Solanke, and that's why I'm probably not going to go for Solanke. Is Porro a waste of a mil when you can get a 4.5 instead? I personally am not the biggest fan of Porro. I know he's got that good attacking threat. He does. But based off last season, just Spurs defensively, man, they were so so-poor. So that's why at the moment I'm pretty much avoiding Porro. So yeah, but we're gonna move on to the next one. Let's go up. So we've got a team from LFC Rish, Hudson-Odoi and João Pedro rotate, which I've gone for rather than Menez, and a 5 million mid. Okay, cool. And Mykolenko, Munoz rotate well. Yep. Cool. Give me a sec. Appreciate the sub from Leandro, man. Thank you for subscribing, bro. Appreciate it. Cool. Yeah. So Gvardiol, Porro, Munoz. He's got the Munoz Mykolenko rotation, of course. João Pedro in there as well. João Pedro in game weeks 4 and 5 will be good, but yeah, for the first 3 game weeks, I'm not a fan of João Pedro. But if you're able to bench him for the first 3, then that's great. Barco as well can come in game weeks 4 and 5. So I think your defensive coverage is really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. Reyeringo I like, Gvardiol I like, Porro is good for the first 2, but the thing is about this team is that you've got good rotations in there, so you might be able to bench in game week 4, for example. You could most likely bench Porro and start Barco. So that's pretty good. The midfield: Saka, Jota, Son, De Bruyne, Hudson-Odoi. That's very, very solid. Saka, Jota, Son, De Bruyne, Hudson. That's actually really solid. That's a solid midfield. Obviously, wow. I've just noticed there's no Haaland or Salah. Wow. Okay. I didn't realise. I was looking at the defence first. I've gone to the midfield, gone to the attack, and I've realised This is a no Haaland, no Salah draft. And I don't think I would do that, bro. I think that's absolute madness. I have to be honest. I just think it's so risky going without Haaland or Salah. Like, don't get me wrong, you've built a good midfield. You've got De Bruyne, Son, Saka, Jota, but for me, you've got to find a way to get Salah in, man. Salah or Haaland. If you think Haaland's too expensive, then fair enough. But you at least have to get Salah, in my opinion. At least. So that's definitely what I would do. I mean, how much is De Bruyne's 9.5? Son is 10 million. So you'd be 19.5, right? So if you've got Salah, you can basically get Salah and a 7 million player. Yeah, I would do that instead. So you could go for Salah and a 6.5, for example. You could go Salah and Leon Bailey, Salah and Nkunku. There's quite a few options you could do. You could go for Salah and actually Anthony Gordon instead of Son and De Bruyne. And what you could do is downgrade João Pedro to a 4.5, for example, and then upgrade Son to Salah and downgrade De Bruyne to Gordon. That's something that you could do, and it's something I would definitely consider for sure. But yeah, you got to get Haaland or Salah in, man. Absolute insanity going without either of them, in my opinion. Rishi says, haha, I've gone risky without them. Yeah, very, 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 very risky in my opinion. You got a pair of balls on you, I'll say that. I'll definitely say that for sure, man. That is risky. I couldn't do that. I personally couldn't do that. But we got the next one up. Saka or Son, very, very tough. Long term, I prefer Saka. Short term for the first two to... Actually, I'm not going to lie. It's so hard. It's so hard. But with the signing of Solanke, Son's going to be playing out wide. I'm going to say Saka. Saka's in my team. Saka is in my team. So, yeah. I'll say Saka. I'll say Saka just. But I still think Son's underrated though. But because I've gone for Haaland, I can't get Haaland, Son and Saka. Someone's got to miss out. So, cheers though. No problem, man. Alright, so yeah, anyway, we got the next one up. Alright, cool. So he's got Salah and Haaland. Alright, that's nice. Salah, Haaland, Trent, Gavot. That back four, it's funny that you got that back four is the exact back four I've got. I've actually built a draft very, very similar to this. Very, very similar to this. That's the back four I'm on right now. If I'd quickly just show you guys my team. But that's literally the back four I'm on right now. Yeah, very, very similar, as you guys can see there. So, of course, I like that back four a lot. And then Eze is good. Rodgers and Nkunku, Salah. Yep, I like Salah and Nkunku. Yeah. The only thing is, playing Rodgers every week, I'm not sure if that's the best decision. I assume that he will start most games. I do think he will start, but I just don't know if I'm a fan of playing Rodgers every week. That's the only negative about this team. That's literally the only negative that I can think of about this team. Is that you'd be playing Rodgers every week. Other than that, it's a really, really solid draft for sure. Yeah, very, very solid team. I don't know how you would I don't know how you would go about changing your team to sort of upgrade Rodgers. It could mean downgrading Raya to a 4.5, which I'm not sure you'd want to do. It could mean downgrading Eze to a 6.5, which I'm not sure you'd want to do. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to decide where you get the money from. But all in all, overall, it's still a solid draft. I mean, you could downgrade Trent. I wish Robertson was fit, because if Robertson wasn't injured, I'd probably go for him, because it saves you an extra million. Robertson is still a very, attacking player. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to see where you get the money from. But anyway, solid draft, bro. Shout out to Kieran for sending me that. We'll move on to the next one. This one was set 19 minutes ago. So I'm getting so many requests, guys, as you can see in my DMs. So I'm really sorry that it's taking me so long to get to your teams. But I will get to them eventually. Where do we submit? Check out the pinned comment, bro. Send me your teams through Twitter. Yeah, through Twitter. Solanke, risk with Richarlison. To be fair, yeah, definitely, like, there's possible rotation there, and to be fair, there is, the possibility of him getting subbed off 60, 70 minutes if things aren't going well. So at the moment, I am staying away from Solanke. I am staying away from Solanke at the moment. I'm staying away from Solanke at the moment, man. All right, cool. So we have a next one. Raya, Trent, Gvardiol, Burn. So I like the defense, but I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Burn. Because like I said, I think obviously game week 1, yeah, so it's a good fixture for sure. But after that, I don't see Newcastle getting many clean sheets, to be honest. In the first 6, like I'm gonna get up Newcastle's fixtures again, but I don't see them getting many clean sheets, to be honest. Game week 1, yep, probably get a clean sheet there. Game week 2, possibility, but based off Newcastle's away from last season, I don't see it happening. And then the Spurs, I can see scoring against Newcastle. Wolves away, I can see them scoring. Fulham away, I can see them scoring. City at home, I can see them scoring. So for me, I just don't like Newcastle from a defensive point of view. But you do have a rotation there, which is good. You got Konsa on the bench, fair enough. So in the weeks where Newcastle don't have the best of fixtures, you can start Konsa. So fair enough there. So I guess that does work because you've got a rotation going on. It's not like you'd be playing Burn week in, week out. So yeah, that's completely fair enough. That's fair. But I prefer the Mykolenko-Robinson rotation. That's what I'll say. So although that is a good rotation, there's a different rotation that I prefer, which is Robinson and Mykolenko. I'm gonna quickly get their rotation up on the screen in a second. I'm gonna get their rotation up. I've got a graphic for it as well, but I'm gonna go on Fantasy Football Hub and I'm gonna show you guys the rotation that you can get. But for the first 5 games, for example, hold on, I'm gonna show you guys a graphic on screen in a second. I'm just gonna get it up real quick. But yeah, I think for me personally, there's better rotations than the Newcastle Villa one. I do prefer the Everton Fulham rotation, especially because with Mykolenko and Robinson, they're a lot more attacking as well than the likes of Dan Burn and Konsa. So yeah, but I'm gonna quickly show you guys this rotation that you can get with Everton and Fulham for the first few games. Right, let me see, where is it? Okay, yeah, it's here. I'm gonna put this on screen. Let me get this on screen. Why Jota? Strong chance he doesn't start regularly from a red. Nah, to be fair, I think I can see him starting for like the first 2 games. And he's a short-term pick. I do plan to take him, but I think for the first 2 games, I think it's a good pick because he's played in pre-season. Gakpo's not played, Diaz has not played, Nunes hasn't played, so yeah, Jota's got minutes under his belt in pre-season, so that's why I've gone. That's why I've gone for him as a short-term pick. Because in game week 3, I'm gonna make 2 transfers. I want Leon Bailey and I want Nkunku. Yeah, that's it. I want Nkunku. Anyway, sorry guys, I've completely gone off track and I've not shown you my the rotation. Sorry, give me a sec. It's literally it's not coming up. I don't know what's going on. Alright, yeah, cool. I don't know why it wasn't working. Alright, cool. Sorry, one sec, chat. I'm going to get this rotation up in a second. It's just taking so long to load up. But yeah, I want to quickly speak about this Everton The Everton Fulham rotation. Right. Let's see if I can get this up. Shout out to everyone that's coming to the YouTube stream, by the way. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe, smash a like on the stream as well. But yeah, cool. So 4 at the back isn't the play. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of 4 at the back, man. For me, it's either 3-5-2, 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. Yeah, there's too many good value midfielders and forwards to go 4 at the back. Right. What do I think about Bailey? I think Leon Bailey's a great pick. The only reason I've not got him in my Game Week 1 team is because I don't like the first 2. You know, Arsenal at home. I've got Trent, by the way, for that guy that just said no Ben White or Trent. I've got Trent and I got Raya to cover the Arsenal defence. But yeah, what I was saying is I don't like the first 2 for Leon Bailey. So that's why I plan to get him in Game Week 3. But I think as a whole, Bailey is a good pick for me. I think he's going to start games. I think he's going to start week in, week out. Diaby's been sold, so I can't really see why Leon Bailey won't start. So yeah. All right, Everton. Rotation. Right, anyway, you guys can see here, right? I had a graphic, but it's not coming up for some reason. I don't know why. But you guys can see the Everton Fulham rotation, right? You get Brighton, you get Leicester, Bournemouth 4, Ipswich in Game Week 3, or you can just start both your Everton and Fulham players. Then you get West Ham, Leicester, Palace, Fulham, Ipswich, Southampton again. So all the way up until about Game Week 10 and onwards, you get some really, really nice fixtures. And that's why I do prefer the Everton Fulham rotation. And a lot of them are home games as well. A lot of them are home games. Anyway, cool. I'm gonna go over to the next team now. I'm gonna get this team back up. How do I know Jota is starting? Obviously, I don't know for sure, but I'm like 99% sure he's going to start. I have a feeling. And Liverpool have a friendly tomorrow as well. If Jota starts in that friendly, I think that lineup that we see in Liverpool's friendly tomorrow will give us a very, very good indication on who's going to play Game Week 1. All I need Jota to do is start Game Weeks 1 and 2. That's all I need him to do. Because in Game Week 3, I don't mind switching him for someone like Bailey or Nkunku. But yeah, this draft anyway is very, very solid. Salah and Nkunku, Palmer, Gordon. I like that midfield a lot. Obviously, there is no Haaland. I wouldn't start João Pedro against Everton. I can actually see Everton getting a clean sheet in that game, to be honest. I'd probably start Rodgers ahead of João Pedro, to be fair. But I wouldn't start João Pedro. One thing that you could do as well with this team is downgrade João Pedro to a 4.5 forward and then upgrade Rodgers to a 6.5 midfielder. That's also a possibility. Like Leon Bailey. In fact, yeah, downgrade João Pedro because João Pedro doesn't really have good fixtures anyway. In Game Week 2, João Pedro doesn't have a good fixture. So I would downgrade João Pedro, upgrade Rodgers to Leon Bailey, but then you're actually 0.5 short, so you need to get 0.5 from somewhere else. But I would probably see if you can get 0.5 from somewhere else to get Leon Bailey in if possible. But if not, then I would definitely start Rodgers ahead of João Pedro for sure. Right, cool. I'm gonna bring up the next team now, chat. I'm gonna get the next team up. Who are you getting instead of Bailey right now? Alright, cool. I'm gonna quickly show you my team real quick before I get the next team up. Sorry if I haven't got around to getting your team rated, but I've just got so many requests at the moment. I've got so many at the moment. So yeah, but cool. This is my team at the moment, chat. And on the bench, I've got Muniz. So this is my plan. I've spent so long, like, sort of figuring out what to do week by week. So this plan has been thought out, like, thoroughly. So this is the plan. Game week 1, I have this team, right? Raya in goal, Gvardiol, Trent, Mykolenko, Hudson-Odoi, Saka, Gordon, Jota, Ahmad, Haaland, and Isak. Miniz goes on the bench for game week 1. And then the plan is alright, so you guys can see exactly what the plan is and how it's going to look. I'm going to show you. So, because what I've done is I've been basically tracking what I'm going to do on a weekly basis with this team. So if I go to my planner, I'll show you guys what the plan is, all right? W team, because rotation with Cho and Miniz. Yeah, exactly, bro. Literally. From game week 2 onwards, Miniz will probably be starting as well, week in, week out. So yeah, by the way, for the TikTok chat, if you want to see my team, head over to the YouTube stream. My team is on there. But yeah, so this is the plan. As you guys can see, this is the team, right? So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do week by week. I plan to wildcard in game week 7 as well. So with that in mind, obviously things could happen. Things could happen where I might not need to wildcard. But yeah, at the moment, I'm on wildcard game week 7. So game week 1, this is the team, right? It's a pretty good team. I like it. We captain Alexander Isak. Hopefully Amad Diallo can cook. I do believe he will start game week 1 as well. So yeah, that's the team game week 1. Game week 2, you see, Miniz comes in, Ahmad goes to the bench. So we've got Raya, Trent, Gvardiol. Unfortunately, the only one bad thing about this team is that I've got to play Harwood Bellis or a £4 million defender in game weeks 2. That's the only thing I don't like, but I just don't know where I would get the extra 4.5 from. I don't know where I get the extra 0.5 to get like a Robinson. So yeah, that's the only downside about this team. But then we got Saka, Jota, Hudson-Odoi, Gordon, Miniz, Isak, and Haaland. So I like the team. Literally, the whole of this team I like, apart from Harwood Bellis. That's the only thing. That's literally the only thing. But other than that, it's pretty solid. Yeah, so that's how my team would look in game week 2. Now we move on to game week 3. We've got Mykolenko at home to Bournemouth. We've got Gvardiol, Trent, Raya. Then we use 2 free transfers, right? We bring in Leon Bailey and we bring in Christopher Nkunku. So now we've got Nkunku, Leon Bailey, Hudson-Odoi, Saka, Haaland, Isak, Miniz. And then we've got 2 million in the bank, guys, all right? So at this moment in time, we've got 2 million in the bank. I could downgrade Gordon to Eze because I've got Isak already. That's a shout. It's a very, very good shout. But I just feel like I prefer Gordon to Eze. I do. And I'm not sure. Do you guys think Mateta will start in game week 1? Because I just feel like that the Palace attack seems a little bit weak without Mateta. But it's definitely a shout, and it's definitely something I could consider. But I know Eze's got the set pieces, the penalties. But I do have a feeling that Gordon will outscore Eze. But nonetheless, we take out, as you guys can see, we take out Gordon, we take out Jota, we downgrade to Leon Bailey and Nkunku. I could actually keep Gordon in. If Gordon is in form and he's scoring goals, I might keep him for Spurs at home, because I think that's a pretty good fixture, to be fair. But at the moment, that's what I'm going with. So that's how the team will look in game week 3. Again, pretty solid. And then game week 4, if Amad Diallo looks like he's going to be starting, I bring in Ahmad and I put Hudson-Odoi on the bench. We've then got Barco at home against Ipswich. We've got Gvardiol, Trent, Saka, Nkunku, Bailey, Miniz, Isak, and Haaland. Now, I've obviously got 2 million in the bank, so I've got the choice to bring in someone that costs 7 million. I don't know who that will be at the moment. It could be Eze. It could, there's quite a few players it could be. But at the moment, I think I'm going to let's just say we leave it as that for now. I could actually upgrade. I could actually take out Hudson-Odoi. So another option is to take out Hudson-Odoi and then upgrade to a 7.5. So that could be Diogo Jota again. It could be Anthony Gordon. It could be just any 7.5 midfielder that's on form. Let's just say we put in Jota again, right? Let's just say we do that. I'd start him. I'd probably bench Ahmad in that case. And then we'd have the team looking like that. And then in game week 5, I'd want to get Salah in. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with this. If I don't put Jota in, So if I just bench Hudson-Odoi and I start Ahmad, then what I can do in game week 5 is I use 2 free transfers. I bring in Salah and I take out Haaland for Ollie Watkins, because Haaland will have Arsenal at home and Watkins will have Wolves at home. So in game week 5, that's how my team would look. So yeah, it's pretty decent. Like it's pretty decent. I like it. I think it's a pretty good strategy. I've sort of got the transfers planned out. My players have good fixtures. So yeah, obviously I'm actually playing most weeks with money in the bank. So I'm not actually using my funds, which I guess isn't the best. It's not ideal, but it allows me to get Salah in. It allows me to get Watkins in without taking a hit, which is why I like it. So that's probably what I'm gonna do at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to looking at some of your drafts now. Solanke having a medical, yeah. When am I wildcarding? I'm gonna wildcard most likely game week 7. Most likely game week 7 I'm gonna wildcard. Salah versus Jota. Salah's obviously the better pick, but for value, I think if Jota starts, he could be better value for sure. If Jota was the starting number 9 for Liverpool week in, week out, I think he's a great option. Great option. But yeah, I'm gonna let's get another team up now. I'm gonna go to some more of the recent ones. I'll go to Ollie because he did say that he subbed. I feel like put in the chat if you sent your team in. Put in the chat your Twitter username and I'll get to yours, because there's a lot of recent ones as well. I don't want to skip through, but I feel like some people maybe they've left, or I don't know. But just put in the chat what your username is on Twitter, and I'll get to it. But for now, we'll do Ollie's one. Trent. Wow. Okay, big at the back. Trent, Ben White, Virgil, and Pickford. There's no Salah. There's no Haaland. Wow. Okay. Okay, wow. So no Trent. I mean, no Salah, no Haaland. For me personally, I don't like that. Very, very risky. Of course, play your own game. But yeah, for me, that's just very, very risky. I feel like you've invested a bit too much money in defense and a bit too much money in your bench. Obviously, I can see you got Kyle Walker on the bench there. So I would definitely downgrade maybe someone like Virgil, downgrade Walker, and just try and fund Salah or Haaland at least. Yeah, that's all I would do. Gakpo is a bit risky as well, in my opinion. At 7.5, I think you should downgrade Gakpo to like a 6 million. If you downgrade Gakpo to like a 6 million Chris Wood or Rodrigo Muniz, then you can upgrade Palmer to Salah if you downgrade someone like Walker as well. So downgrade Walker to like a 4.5, downgrade Gakpo to a 6 million like Rodrigo Muniz or Chris Wood, and then that should give you the enough funds to upgrade Palmer to Salah. But that's what I would do. Overall though, it's a pretty solid team, but you've got no Alexander Isak as well, and I think that's absolute insanity, bro. Going without Alexander Isak is absolute insanity in my opinion. I think you need Isak, you need one of Salah or Haaland as well. So for me, I would definitely try and get the funds to get Isak in, maybe downgrade Watkins to Isak, and then yeah, downgrade Gakpo, downgrade Walker, and use the remaining funds to upgrade Palmer to Salah. But that's definitely what I would do. We're gonna move on now. So cool. A lot of you guys have put your names in the chat, so I'm gonna. All right, so we'll go to Spam Leo Viega. All right, cool. So for Leandro, all right, let me try find that. Oh yeah, cool. So we got Leandro's one here, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go in chronological order. So from what I see in the chat, yeah. So after Leandro, we'll go for Led, and then we'll go to Harry, then Lewis, etc. Cool. So we've got sorry, I said Leandro. I think it's Leonardo. Yeah, Leonardo. My bad if I said your name wrong. Oh crap! I gotta verify this live, otherwise it will. All right, hold on. All right, cool. Yeah. By the way, to the TikTok chat, if you want me to rate your team, head over to the YouTube stream, FPL Ryan on YouTube, and then just send me your team on Twitter. But yeah, by the way, make sure you guys do, if you are in the YouTube chat, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel as well. I've got some YouTube videos coming out next week before the Game Week 1 deadline. But This team, I like. This team, I like it. All right, Haaland and Salah, very, very nice. But the only negative is that you're starting Lavia. Lavia just simply cannot be a starter in your team, bro. Yeah, he's not gonna get you any FPL returns, in my opinion. I just can't see it happening. I'm gonna check. I'm assuming Lavia is 4.5. Yeah. So the thing is, you've obviously sacrificed a lot because you're starting a 4.5 million midfielder. So you've got to make downgrades somewhere. I would probably downgrade Bruno Fernandes to Anthony Gordon because you've got no Alexander Isak as well. Okay. For me, a few things have to change with this draft. With this draft. You got to get Alexander Isak in there. You got to upgrade Lavia because you cannot have him starting week in, week out. So, firstly, I would downgrade Fernandes. Well, actually, I would downgrade Fernandes to a 4.5 midfielder, and then upgrade Fraser, who you got on your bench, to Alexander Isak. That will leave you with obviously nothing in the bank. So once you've done that, I think once you've got Isak in there, I think you've got to downgrade someone maybe like Eze to a 5.5. Maybe you've got to have two 5.5s. I would suggest downgrading Pope as well to a 4.5. But I would swap Bruno Fernandes with Alexander Isak, and then you've got to sort of make some extra funds elsewhere. So it might mean downgrading Gibbs White to a 5.5 Hudson-Odoi. So maybe downgrade Gibbs White to a 5.5 Hudson-Odoi, and then upgrade Lavia to another 5.5 midfielder. Or maybe downgrade someone like Gavardia, downgrade Nick Pope. But that's what I would do with that team. Other than that, it's a solid team, but you've definitely got to make those changes, man. Isak is a much better pick than Bruno Fernandes, so I would go for him. How do I send the team? If you want me to send your team, head over to... I'm literally live streaming right now on YouTube. And then when you go to the YouTube live, you'll see the pinned comment. It has my Twitter on there. And then drop me a message on Twitter, and then I'll literally just go through it there. But yeah, thanks for sending in the team. I'll go through to the next one now. Alright, cool. So lead. Lead. Let's see. I'm lead. I can't see your team, my bro. I'm lead. I can't see that in my message requests. Oh yeah, no, I see it. I'm just blind. Right, cool. Alright, on to the next one. What's my YouTube, bro? My YouTube is FPL Ryan. FPL Ryan on YouTube. There's a link on TikTok. There's literally a link on, in my TikTok bio. But yeah. Cool. So, next one, we have Henderson in goal. Trent, Barco, Gavardiol. Okay, so very, very cheap bench. You've got Haaland, Salah. So, Haaland, Salah. Alright, cool. So, what I would do personally, because I don't think you should be starting Barco week in, week out. Brighton just simply don't have good enough fixtures for him to start week in, week out. So yeah, I would downgrade Solanke. Again, I think there's good value players in the 6 million range for forward. So I would downgrade Solanke to either Chris Wood or Rodrigo Muniz, and then use that funds to upgrade to just the 4.5, and then I would also upgrade Rodgers as well. You'd have an extra million to upgrade Rodgers. Yeah, I would say to balance out your team, that's probably the best thing to do. Downgrade Solanke to a 6 million forward. That gives you 1.5. Rodgers is 5 million. So, yeah, that's tough. So you'd have to downgrade Solanke to a 6 million, upgrade Barco to a 4.5, or not Barco, but upgrade Harwood Bellis, who you got on your bench, to a 4.5, and then you'd have an extra million in the bank. Now, it would be tough for you to upgrade Rodgers, so I would probably upgrade the Spurs midfielder that you've got on the bench to a 5.5, someone like Hudson-Odoi. I'd say that's the better option. So go to a 4.5 defender, upgrade your Spurs midfielder to a 5.5, and then downgrade Solanke to Chris Wood or Rodrigo Muniz. Yeah, that's what I would do. But other than that, I like the team. It's solid. You got Isak, Salah, Haaland. So yeah, I can't really complain with that, to be fair. But yeah, they're the changes that I definitely would make with that team. So cool. We'll go on to the next one. We'll go to Harry LFC. Harry. Yeah, there we go. Also, make sure you guys do follow my Twitter as well. Follow my Twitter and Instagram. I do post content on Instagram as well, and I try to respond to DMs where possible. So, yeah, make sure you guys do follow my Twitter. I'll be active on Twitter as well during when the season starts. But yeah, cool. So we have Harry's team. Cool. So there's Haaland. There's no Salah. Haaland but no Salah. Interesting. So Isaac, Gordon, Burn. Okay, I like Isaac, Gordon. I'm not the biggest fan of obviously Burn and Konsa, like I said, but and Kunku on the bench as well. I've noticed, how much is Carvalho? I've actually not looked at Carvalho. How much is he? I just want to quickly double check. So he's 5 million. So I think you can get better 5 million midfielders over Carvalho. But I'm guessing you're obviously a Liverpool fan, so you know what? I respect it. You're backing someone that plays for your club. I respect it. But I personally would go for Ahmad. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan as well, so maybe there's a bit of bias there. But I would personally go for Amad Diallo or Oscar Bob. But yeah, I like the front three. I like that you've got the Arsenal players in there. I like Hudson-Odoi. In fact, that front six, that midfield, that forward line, I like it. But what I don't like is that you're playing a back four. Now, I'm guessing you're only playing a back four for game week 1, because I can see you got Nkunku on the bench. So that's fair enough. I would actually start Nkunku game week 1 over someone like Konza. I can see West Ham scoring against Aston Villa. So for game week 1, I would probably start Nkunku. I would favour the attacker, because you never know. Like, Nkunku at home, he might get a goal, he might get an assist. You never really know, to be fair. So yeah, I would definitely do that. Cool. A lot of you guys are sending in your usernames. I'm doing it in chronological order. So yeah, again, Yoni says 24 minutes ago he sent his team. Yeah, sorry man, it's obviously tough to get through all of them. But yeah, one last thing I will say about this draft as well is Areola in goal. Now, West Ham have made a lot of signings, I'm not going to lie. They have. But I'm not a fan of their fixtures. So I would prefer Henderson in goal. I would prefer, I guess Sells is a little bit risky. So I'd probably go for Henderson instead. And for the two 4.5 defenders that you've got, I would go for Mikalenko and Robertson. Robinson from Fulham. You guys saw me speak about that rotation there. So yeah, that's what I would do there. Probably the changes that I would make with that team. But I do appreciate you sending in your team, Harry. Much appreciated. And another thing as well. Sorry, one more thing I've just noticed. You've got two 4.5 keepers. I personally wouldn't do that. I just think it's a waste of money. I just think one set and forget 4.5 or 5 million or 5.5 goalkeeper is much better than rotating goalkeepers, in my opinion. So I would downgrade Flecken or downgrade Areola to a 4 million goalkeeper and use the money somewhere else, because if you downgrade him to a 4 million goalkeeper, you can upgrade Carvalho to a 5.5 midfielder. Yeah, or you can upgrade someone like Konate. But yeah, all in all, it's still a very, very solid team. So we're going to move on to the next one now, guys. We are going to move on to the next one. And who was it that said they were next? Right, let's see. Who was next? We have Harry, Lewis Smith. Lewis is up next. I'm gonna try to find your message on my Twitter. Lewis, I can't see it. Probably just being blind. Lewis. Oh, here it is. There we go. All right, cool. So we got that up. All right, cool. So Lewis is up next. Let's see the team, man. I'm interested to see what we have. To be fair, I've seen quite a variety of teams. I've seen quite a few Palmers, quite a few Salah, Haalands. But yeah, so right, cool. Lewis has no Haaland, no Salah. Very, very interesting. Not something that I personally would recommend, I'm not going to lie. I don't think I would recommend no Haaland or no Salah. But nonetheless, like I said, these people have a pair of balls on them. So I respect it. But Isak, Havertz, Solanke. Isak and Havertz I like. Again, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Solanke. I think Chris Wood or Rodrigo Menez long term is better. Solanke has a short term pick. If you plan to take him out, fine. But I prefer as a long term. I think just for value for money as well. I think Chris Wood or Solanke are the or Chris Wood or Rodrigo Menez are the better options. The midfield though, I like Saka, Jota, Palmer. I do like them. Obviously, you've got Gibbs White on the bench as well. For game week 1, I would start Gibbs White game week 1 ahead of Rodgers. And then the defense is really, really strong. Mykolenko, Trent, Ben White, Gavardia on the bench as well. Really, really, really strong defense. So you've got a very strong defense. You've invested a lot of money into the defense. I personally would sort of decrease the amount that you spent in defense and sort of just find some funds. Downgrade one of your defenders and use the remaining funds to upgrade Palmer to Salah. Obviously, you do have Diogo Jota in there. I just want to make you aware of that possibly might not give you the long-term Liverpool attack coverage that you might be looking for. Obviously, I've got Jota in there myself, but I do plan to take him out in game week 3. Obviously, if he's in form and he's scoring goals and he's getting goals and assists and FPL returns, then obviously I'll probably keep him because he will most likely be starting if that is the case. But if he's not, and let's say it doesn't go to plan, he's not really scoring, he doesn't get assists, and he gets dropped, then yeah, you won't have that Liverpool coverage. So I personally would go for Salah or Haaland, but I would definitely downgrade the amount that you've got on your bench. I think you spent a bit too much money on your bench. So that's what I would do. But overall, it is a solid team. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. Right, who was next? So we had Lewis. All right, Cameron. Cameron. We got Cameron next. All right. Cameron. Cameron Fielding. Yes, I think it's this one. Is it? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this is the one. All right, so we got the team from Cameron, who's got 0.5 million spare too. Also says, love the content, bro. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate the kind message. So he's got this team with 0.5 million spare in the bank, guys. Cool. Give me a sec. Pat says, what am I actually seeing right now? I thought FPL was just a message, a grown man analysing teams like it isn't just random. Well, I'm doing this for fun, man. So if you don't want to watch, you don't like it, adios amigo. But if you do like it, then carry on watching. But yeah, if not, then just shush. Anyways, on to the next one. We have the team from Cameron. I like this team. It's got Haaland, it's got Saka, obviously no Salah, Isak, Gordon, Trent, Gavardia. Again, I like the defense a lot. It's a similar defense to mine. The only difference is I've got Raya in goal, but I like that defense a lot. The midfield, Eze, Saka, Hudson-Odoi, Gordon, I like. Pretty solid as well, to be fair. And Solanke, again, the only thing I'll say for everyone that has Solanke, I like him, but are you planning to keep Solanke through, the tougher fixtures against maybe Newcastle or against Arsenal? I just think there's good value with the 6 million forwards with their fixtures. So for me, I'm not the biggest fan with starting off with Solanke, but nonetheless, he is a good short-term pick in my opinion. And obviously, if you think Solanke is a good pick, then obviously you can go for him. But yeah, for me, I prefer the 6 million forwards like Rodrigo Menez, Chris Wood. But yeah, overall, I like this team a lot, actually. It's a really solid team. Obviously, there's no Salah, but you've got Haaland, Saka in there. A strong defense, a strong midfield as well, in my opinion. So yeah, I actually like this team a lot. Decent bench coverage as well with Greaves and Rodgers. So all in all, it's actually a really nice draft. And yeah, I do like this one, to be fair. I do like this one. So yeah, big shout out to Cameron for sending in the team. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else could you possibly do. But it's pretty tough, to be fair. I mean, you've got Rodgers in there. So to be fair, because you've got Rodgers, if he's starting, what you could do is in game weeks 4, for example, when Solanke's playing Arsenal, you could start Rodgers. And I think in game week 4, Rodgers will have Everton at home. So yeah, some decent rotations going on there actually. So yeah, so it's a pretty solid draft, man. And yeah, I do like it. But we'll move on now. We'll move on to the next one. If you want me to rate your teams, then head over to the YouTube channel, guys. FPL Ryan on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe as well. If you want me to if you want to send me your team, then drop me a message on Twitter. FPL_Ryan10. Has my pin message gone? Hold on. I think my pin message is gone. Let me see. Oh yeah, it has. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna rate the next team in a second now. Just give me a sec, guys. 1 sec. Right, cool. Rating teams on. Wait, what's the time by the way? I gotta make sure I don't stream for too long. The United games in an hour and 15 minutes. Alright, I'm probably gonna stream for about half an hour. Because the Man United game is on in about an hour and 15. Right, let me just pin this comment so you guys know where to send your teams. FPL Ryan. Cool. Alright, that's done. Let me just pin that. Alright, cool. And yeah, just drop me a message on Twitter. But we'll go over to the next one. Who was next? Right. A lot of people want their teams rated. I can tell you that for free. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll do this as like a weekly thing during the week. Because it's hard to get through everyone. Wow. Lewis, Led, Daniel. Alright, so we're going to do Yoni next. Alright, Daniel is his username on Twitter. We're going to do him. Pause, that sounds very sus. But yeah, cool. Let me see if I can find his message. Daniel is his username. Yeah, we got it. Alright. Yeah, this was sent a long time ago. Alright, hopefully Daniel is still here. Hopefully he's still here. What happened to the stream? That must have been sent. Can you guys still hear me? Is everything... Let me know in the YouTube chat. Is everything working alright? Let me know if everything's working okay. Solanke is an official Spurs player in FPL. Or have they updated it? Let me refresh. Hold on. Alright, so this is the next team we have. Sorry, let me just refresh. I want to check if Solanke is a Spurs player on FPL. It's alright. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, thank you. Alright, cool. Solanke. For me, Solanke's still at Bournemouth. For me. It's showing as Bournemouth, the fixture still. But yeah, cool. Let's have a look at Cameron's team now. Let's get it back. I mean, not Cameron's. Daniel's. Right. So, Haaland, no Salah. Haaland, but no Salah. But a pretty strong draft, if I do say so myself. He's got the Mikalenko and Robinson rotation. I like it. And Nkunku on the bench. Bailey, Jota, Saka, Eze. Strong midfield. A very, very strong team. Gone a little bit cheap at the back, but he's still got Trent in there. So I don't mind it. The Mikalenko-Robinson rotation can work well. I like it. Livramento, though, I actually think Livramento, because you have to play him in most weeks, I don't like it as a pick. Because I don't see Newcastle getting many clean sheets. However, he does have a bit of attacking potential. So, you know, it could work out. It could work out. But I like the midfield a lot. A very, very strong midfield. I think you're actually going to have a benching headache from game week 3. I'm wondering who would you bench most weeks? I mean, Nkunku's surely got to come in from game week 2 or 3. Or Leon Bailey definitely gets benched in game week 2. That's for sure. So I guess Leon Bailey gets benched in game week 2. And then from game week 3 onwards, Leon Bailey plays. If you wanted to, you could bench someone like Saka when he's playing Spurs, but I don't know if I would do that. But you know what? Overall, I like the team a lot. I think you've got a lot of you got the right amount of bench cover there. You got some nice rotations going on. You got Nkunku, who I like, Bailey, who I like. I think that's a good team, man. I actually think that's a solid team. Fair enough. Yeah, that's a solid team, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's a solid team. Really, really solid team. So yeah, shout out to Daniel for sending in the team. I like it a lot. Right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Yeah, that's even got me thinking a little bit. Actually, nah. Yeah, Bailey and Nkunku. For me to get Bailey and Nkunku, and I'd have to downgrade Gordon or Jota, which I don't want to do. Unless I have them as a rotation, I could do that, but nah. Right, let's move on to the next one. Let me see it. All right, for the TikTok, I do have my team on my YouTube stream at the moment. I'm streaming on YouTube, FPL Ryan. But I'll quickly move out. That's the team. I've got Rodrigo Muniz on the bench for Game Week 1. But from Game Week 2 onwards, Rodrigo Muniz will be starting. So, yeah, cool. So, next team, we have... Wow. We have... Cameron, Daniel, Tom, Cameron, Alex. Alright. If you want me to send your team, just rate your team, send it on Twitter. Alright, could you please do rfc.jack? Alright, cool. There's so many to go through. I'm just gonna do the most recent ones. Alright. Cool. So we got a team from rfc.jack, and he says that he's rotating Wissa and Nkunku. Alright. Alright, cool. So rotating Wissa and Nkunku, and after this we'll do all things FPL next as well. I think we'll do that next. Alright, cool. So there is no Haaland, but there is Salah, Son, Saka, Gordon, Muniz, Isak, Wissa, Nkunku. I like this team a lot. It's similar to a team I made when I didn't have Haaland. It had Salah, it had Salah, Son, Saka, Gordon, but instead of Nkunku, I had a 5.5 mid. But you've actually gone for Nkunku, and then you've got a 3 at the back. So there is no Trent Alexander-Arnold, but honestly, that's not bad. That's really solid. I like that. I would swap Wissa. I'd swap Wissa for Chris Wood. But other than that, I think this is a very, very solid team. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a very, very solid team. I'm actually thinking, like, what could you do? But it's pretty tough to say what you could do. Obviously, there is no Trent, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, because you've got a really strong team. Like, that midfield, you just can't argue with that midfield. You can't really argue with that attack. Obviously, there's no Haaland, there's no Watkins, but a few players have to miss out, and that's just how it's going to be this year. You can't have everyone. So yeah, I actually like that team. That's a really, really nice team. So yeah, shout out to rfc.jack on Twitter. In my opinion, man, very, very solid team. Very, very solid team. Yeah, not much I can say to that, to be honest with you. I do like that a lot. Yeah, I do like it. So we'll move on to the next one. We'll do all things FPL. And then, yeah, let's see. So, all things FPL has Wood, Isak, Haaland, Eze, Gordon, Hudson-Odoi, Salah, Burn, Gavardia, Gabriel, Pickford. Okay, very nice. Again, I like it. It's a Haaland and Salah draft. And I feel like you've balanced the team pretty well. Considering it's a draft of Haaland and Salah. I think the midfield is strong. Some good picks there. The attack is strong. The defense is strong. Obviously, I've already made it very clear I'm not the biggest fan of going for Newcastle defense. So I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Burn. Personally, I would go for someone like Mikalenko. But overall, man, I think it's a really, really strong team, to be fair. Yeah, I think it's a strong team. Pickford in goal, I like. Obviously, you might not want to go for Mikalenko because you got Pickford in goal. So in that case, I would probably go for like a Nottingham Forest defender. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. But yeah, that's actually a very solid team. I'm not gonna lie, considering you've got Haaland and Salah in there. So fair play, man. Fair play. Game week 1, I would personally captain Alexander Isak, though I'm not gonna lie. I just think Alexander Isak is the better captain option for game week 1. I think I could see Newcastle winning about 4-5-0. And I can see Isak, I can see Gordon, I can see them two just absolutely cooking, man. But yeah, man, nonetheless, it's a really strong team from all things FPL. So shout out to him for sending his team in. But yeah, we'll move on to the next one as well. By the way, if you are watching the YouTube, guys, make sure you do subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching the YouTube live, smash a like on the live stream as well. I got a video coming out on Monday, and then I got my official Game Week 1 team selection coming out on Tuesday. So, yeah. Is Jota not a rotation risk? Yeah, he is a rotation risk for sure, but he's a short-term pick, and I think he will start the first 2 game weeks. That's all I need from Jota is for him to start in game weeks 1 and 2. That's all I need. Because I do plan to take him out for Nkunku and Leon Bailey. So, yeah, that's the plan, man. That is the plan. That is the plan. And below all things FPL, can you please rate? Yeah, sure. Where was it? All right, there we go. We got the next one. We have 0.5 in the bank in case I want to buy Palmer instead of Son. Okay, fair enough. Cool. So I've been here ages. Can you rate? Yeah, cool. So we have the team from official one from the YouTube comments. Yep, cool. So Meniz, Haaland, Isak. Who's that on the bench? Hold on. Oh, I can't tell who's on the bench just because of the I think is that Robinson? Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So it's Robinson on the bench. So I like the defense again. He's got the Mikalenko Robinson rotation, which is good. I would personally replace Dan Burn. But yeah, overall I think the defense is pretty solid. Andreas, Salah, Son, and Haaland and Isak in a team. Wow, so 3 premium Salah, Son, Haaland, which explains why you've probably gone a bit cheap in the back and 2 5.5 midfielders. But I actually think that is solid. I actually think that's solid still. Hudson-Odoi, I think he'll be good to start the season. I'm not too sure about Andreas Pereira though. I am not too sure about Andreas Pereira. I think I'd actually go for Amad Diallo instead. I think he could be the better pick. I'm just not too sure. But to be fair, you've got a lot of money invested, with Haaland, Salah and Son. I just kind of, I'm wondering if it's worth downgrading Son to maybe, an Anthony Gordon and then upgrading Andreas Pereira to a 7.5 mid. Does that balance out your team better? I think it will, because I think Son, don't get me wrong, I think Son's a great option, but I think it could be better for your overall team to downgrade Son to maybe a 7.5 Anthony Gordon. That would leave you with about, how much is Son? 10 million? So that would leave you with 2.5 million in the bank. So you'd be able to buy like an 8 million pound midfielder. So I would probably do that. You could even get Jota. So you could get Jota and Gordon instead of Son and Andreas. And you could argue that Jota and Gordon is a better combination than Son and Andreas Pereira. I'm just not too keen on that Andreas Pereira pick. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a solid team. So yeah, shout out to you, bro. I think that's a solid team for real. But yeah, we're going to do Riley. Next, Riley Phillips. Yeah, cool. Where should I upgrade? I upgrade extra 0.5. All right, so he's got 0.5 million in the bank, and he's asking where he should upgrade. Cool. Have I got Haaland? Yeah, I've got Haaland, bro. Jota or Diaz? Jota. Diaz hasn't had any preseason minutes, so I prefer Jota for the short-term pick. Love and Fantasy says my team got rated first. Now everyone is waiting, bro. Shout out to you, bro, because you were here from literally as soon as the stream started. So yeah, man, big shout out to you. Anyway, cool. So yeah, this is unfortunately going to be one of the last ones because the Man United game comes on in about an hour. So yeah. By the way, I want to ask a question. Should I do watch-alongs? Do you guys want to see watch-alongs? Like, I was thinking to do a watch-along for the Man United Fulham game. Let me know if you want to see that. But, yeah, so we have Riley's team. Very, very cheap at the back, I've noticed. Mikalenko. Oh, he's got Gvardiol on the bench. Okay, cool. So, Mikalenko, Burn, Anderson, Gvardiol, and Barco is the defense. Raya in goal. Haaland, but no Salah. Okay, fair enough. Palmer, Szoboszlai, Gibbs-White, Eze, Solanke. So you've got a lot of depth in this team, which I like. You could end up saving up to like 5 free transfers, to be fair. You could actually save up to like 5 free transfers with this team because you've just got so many possible rotations and combinations that you can make because you've got good players on the bench as well. So that's pretty good. But the midfield, I like Eze, Gibbs-White, Palmer, Szoboszlai. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm just wondering, it might be better to downgrade. So you've got an extra 0.5. So I would probably downgrade Palmer to Saka. That gives you an extra 1 million. So then with that, you could take out Szoboszlai or Gibbs-White, one of the two 6.5s, and then upgrade them to Anthony Gordon. And I think that's probably the better pick. That's probably the better option. So downgrade and Palmer to Saka, and then or you keep Palmer, you downgrade Solanke to Muniz or Chris Wood. That gives you an extra like 2 million, and then you can go from Gibbs-White to Gordon, and then Szoboszlai to Jota. So that's definitely something to consider. So with the 0.5 you got in the bank, you downgrade Solanke to Wood or Muniz. That gives you 2 million, and then you can upgrade Gibbs-White to a 7.5 Gordon and upgrade Szoboszlai to a 7.5 Jota. I would probably say that's the better option to do. Again, you don't have to do it, but it's definitely something that I would consider for sure. But yeah, guys, if you're in the TikTok chat, subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got videos coming out on Monday and Tuesday, a point predictor series, the beginning of that. So yeah, make sure to sub to the YouTube. Also, if you're in the YouTube chat as well, please smash a like on the YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be doing weekly deadline streams like this one as well, where you can chat. We can look at your teams for the upcoming week. We can just obviously talk about what our plans are. And I may be thinking to do a weekly stream every Friday. Obviously not next week Friday because there's a match on Friday. But usually if the deadline's on Saturday, every Friday I'm thinking to do a weekly stream of rating your teams. Because obviously I can't get through everyone. So it gives the opportunity for you guys to get your team rated. But yeah, that's going to be it though. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm very, very sorry if I didn't get to your team on the YouTube chat. Really, really sorry. It's just so hard to get through to everyone. But yeah, I'm going to leave now because I'm going to get ready and the Man United game does start in 1 hour. The Community Shield. Hopefully Man United can get the win. We're going to be keeping our eyes close on Amad Diallo because I got him in my team at the moment. So I'm keeping my eye close on him. And obviously close on Erling Haaland, close on Gvardiol. Want to see where he's playing as well. So we'll do a bit of scouting in that game. But yeah, chat, let me know as well if the stream was okay. Was there any lag? Was my face cam, freezing? Let me know if there was any lag with my face cam or the stream in general. I just want to make sure that's all good because I want to be making sure the streams are good for the deadline streams next week. So yeah, please let me know how that was. Right. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone. Ahmad and Bob. Oh yeah, how can I forget, guys? Oscar Bob. We got to keep our eyes on Oscar Bob as well. Game week 2, man. That home fixture against Ipswich could be a big score, man. That could be a big score. Yeah, that's mad. Oscar Bob, man. Yeah. For me, it was between Amad Diallo or Oscar Bob, to be fair. But yeah, was my stream okay for the YouTube chat? Was there any, is there any delay with my voice and the face cam? Is there any lag with the face cam? Let me know in the YouTube chat. Am I play? Yeah, for sure. Definitely, yeah, for sure. Definitely to start the season, Ahmad will play for sure. Am I gonna do a watch along for the Community Shield? No, I'm not gonna do a watch along for the Community Shield, but I am thinking to introduce watch alongs to the YouTube channel. So I'll have a think about it for sure. I think there was a slight voice face cam lag. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. I'll try and get that sorted because I don't want there to be any lag. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Ahmad and Bob rotate home and away games could be so good and cheap options. Yeah, exactly. Ahmad and Bob could be good cheap options for real. So again, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. But I think Bob might be more of a short-term pick though. I'm wondering, does Bob start when the rest of the Man City squad are back? And I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for the stream. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be posting a video on Monday and Tuesday, all right? So we've got the point predictor on Monday, and we've got my official Game Week 1 team selection as well on Tuesday as well. And then obviously a deadline stream on Friday. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the deadline stream. I hope everything was okay. I'll try and fix the slight delay and lag that there was. But yeah, man, enjoy the Man United game as well, and I'll see you guys